The next day, they discovered that all their dead loved one had been resurrected. It turns out that these relatives are fantasy, created by aliens to communicate with humans. Aliens call themselves Superlord. He wants humans not to be afraid. I'm here to help the planet. He was saying this by bodies of humans' dead loved one. Now the Earth is full of war, famine, and inequality, and the purpose of his arrival is to solve these problems. Apart from that, he would not interfere with all human beings. Do you think humans would believe him? But the top leaders couldn't sit still. They called an emergency meeting at once. Officials don't think aliens can be so kind, because humans are as weak in each other's eyes as pigs. And as we all know, pigs are killed after they are fat. Right now, human force cannot do any harm to the Lord. So they decided not to move. See what the other person will do next. But on the contrary, ordinary people are in a panic, just as they argued fiercely about how to deal with the Supermaster, and just stood up. He thinks it's pointless to argue now, because there's nothing they can do about it. It's better to enjoy the rest of your life after all. Supermaster has not shown any hostility at present. On the contrary, it continues to help humans. Everyone listen to Jess. No longer want to deal with the Supermaster. And what Jess didn't expect, his behavior directly changed his life. And just as Jess was getting ready to sleep at night, all the appliances in the house suddenly start automatic. Then his house began to shake violently. Jess and his wife quickly hid in the basement. Just when the two were in shock, the wooden board of the tunnel was suddenly lifted off. Jess looked careful. The outer diameter, the house began to send green light. He wondered what the green light just walked slowly out the door, but suddenly became dazzling. Just found that his house was beginning to disintegrate. Thinking that I haven't paid off my mortgage, just summoned up his courage and went out, and in the green light, it was an eyeball-like aircraft in front of me. And then the aircraft opened the hatch. He seemed to ask just to come in if I go. Leave my family alone. The house went straight back to the way it was, as if that had never happened. Sounds like I heard Jess. The aircraft emits green light again. Jess had to get into the aircraft. The next second, the craft took him back to the ship. The inside of the ship where Jess is located, and after all that darkness, where he spent his honeymoon with his dead ex-wife. Turns out the Supermaster read his memory. Wanted to use, turned into a hotel room, his familiar environment to lower his defenses. Then behind the mirror in the room, there was a Supermaster sound. It turned out that it was Jess. A soothing scene that attracted him today, and he wanted Jess to be his face on the planet. But Jess wasn't interested. He wants the Master to send himself away. The Supermaster did not force it, but took out a device. If Jess figured it out, just press the switch on the top, and then he sent Jess back. But when Jess just got off the aircraft, the intelligence agency came up with them. It turns out that they have been following this for a long time. Agent wants Jess to hand over the device, because the device could be a bomb. Jess didn't want to give it to them. The agent directly threatened to kill him, seeing how they push themselves. Jess was furious. The device is then directly activated. When the device is handed over, in an instant, a miracle happened. The spacecraft suspended over the city. In its invisible energy, the incurable diseases of the Earth are being cured. Perennial paralyzed patient also resumes normal walking with the help of energy. Many people succumb to these miracles. Became a big fan of the Supermaster. They all believe that each other is really helping human. And just logic, became the spokesperson for the Supermaster, began to improve the Earth on behalf of the Supermaster. Next day, everyone danced happily together. Under the interference of Superlords, Jess also transported American warships to Africa as ships to fight famine, changing the Saudi oil pipeline into a water pipe, solving the water problem in the southern Sahara. But there are still a few people who still think that Supermasters are not good for human beings, so the Freedom Corps was set up to fight against the Lord. They took Jess and decided to execute Jess' life, because Jess is the supreme dog's leg. By killing him publicly, you can shake people's trust in Supermaster. But what the Freedom Corps didn't expect, Supermaster has long noticed all this. Just when Jess thought he was dead, the next second, it gets banned. The bullet stopped in the air. Then the Supermaster tore open his face, brought Jess back to the ship. And after all this, there are no more voices on Earth against the Supermaster. Soon, 15 years later, Earth has become a utopian paradise. With the help of the Superlord, high-speed development of science and technology, the environment is getting better and better. People are very grateful to the Supermaster, very eager to see the true face of it. And the Supermaster feels the time has come, decided to meet the human. But when you see the true face of the Lord, they were stunned. This is the first time humans have seen an alien. Everyone is looking forward to, because the other party not only provides alien technology to humans for free, and cured all the diseases of the human race, turned the Earth into a paradise. In the human position of the other party has long been like a god. But when humans actually saw what aliens look like, everyone first, unbelievable. And then there was terror, because the image of the other person is too horrible. The whole body is covered with red blood scale, head and feet, back and wing, a legendary image of the devil. LAZY humans still didn't understand the plan of cunning evil to destroy Earth. But because of their help to humans, people eventually chose to accept the alien. Superman continue to enjoy everything the other person brings. But soon scientist Locke discovered something was wrong. After the arrival of the Supermaster, science and technology have been stagnant. Man has no more inventions and creations. He hastened to inform the top of the government of this discovery. But the top management didn't care about it, because now, with supernatural alien technology, humans don't need to do it themselves. Then he revealed to Locke that Chow's main help is to grab one of every animal on the Earth. Locke quickly asked why. The executive said they didn't know. Locke was even more puzzled. In order to understand the purpose of the Supermaster, he began to read various books. Finally, he made an amazing discovery. Visited Earth before. The history of the Superlords. That's why their images are found in the book. And he was called the devil by his ancestors. must have done something horrible to the planet. And then my girlfriend told Locke, Supermaster will host a banquet on Earth tomorrow. Those who can reach the scene are all high-level officials in various countries, and the banquet invited itself. Locke heard that his girlfriend was about to bring himself in. At the banquet, Locke questioned Supermaster directly in front of all the hostages. Why seal off human technology and steal away animals? I didn't expect that. Not only did the Supermaster not cover up, but that they do it for the sake of human. It blocks technology so that humans can destroy their own dangerous forces. And he has solved all the problems on Earth. Human beings only need to enjoy a better life. And he took the animals, just trying to bring them to own planet for a show. No other bad opinions. Everyone was dubious, in order to show that he has no harm to humans. So I found a pregnant woman, said he could do a genetic test on the fetus in her belly, ensuring the health of the child in the future. Let the pregnant woman put her hand on a disc. Pregnant women wanted to object, but in the superlatives, powerful or she did it. In an instant, a white beam of light went straight into the night sky. Everyone was stunned by the scene. They think that the Supermaster is really for their own good, but lock in. The crowd was keenly aware. There seems to be some kind of special symbol in the light column. He quickly recorded the symbol and took it home. Luck found the symbols representing one coordinate. This proves that the Supermaster said that checking the fetus was lying, and after a night of exploration, he finally figured out that the coordinates are the parents. Star of the Superlord, the beam of light, must also be the conspiracy of the Supermaster. Luck then began to look at all the pregnant women who had been illuminated by the beam of light. As a result, he was terrified to find out. Pregnant women give birth to children with abilities. Some of them have the ability to control objects with their minds. Some can give other people dreams, and these kids get together regularly. Make a strange gesture to the sky. It's like some kind of ritual. After examining the children, Luck also found that their metabolism was very large.